Hallo, guten Tag, wie geht's dir? Ich hoffe, dass es dir gut geht und herzlichen Willkommen zum Spring 2. So welcome to Spring 2. Okay, zum Anfangen bitte schreib Spring 2 Exam Revision in deinem Heft auf. So write down the title. And this week, as you know, your exam is going to be on Thursday in your double lesson. And so what we're going to be doing today is I'm just going to run through some revision with you for that we've done in Spring 1. Okay, and actually in all of the term. So to start with, please, I want you to write out a list of the elements that you need to include in your writing tasks, okay? So there's 7, I've written down that there's 7 things that you need to include, okay? So bitte 2 Minuten, don't take longer than 2 minutes for this, please. Just write down as much as you can in 2 Minuten. Okay, pause the video while you're doing that task. Okay, so let's have a little look. So you need to make sure that you include your time phrases. You include a range of vocabulary. You include adjectives, connectives, tenses, opinions, and reasons. Now, do you notice anything about the what it's spelling? So it's spelling tractor. So I want you now to start embedding this in your brain, that every piece of writing that you do, that you always think of tractor. Have I included my time phrases? Have I used a range of vocabulary, including intensifiers? Have I used my adjectives? Have I used connectives to join my sentences and make them longer? Have I used a variety of tenses? Have I included opinions? And have I given reasons? I like it because. Okay, ganz gut. Bitte schreib das in deinem Heft auf. Write that down in your book, please. If you didn't get those, and underline and highlight tractor, okay? That's something I want you to make sure that you're using all the time. So pause, please, while you write that in your book. Okay, so wir werden jetzt ein bisschen mehr darüber anschauen. So let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. So let's look at some examples. So time phrases, what are our time phrases? Jeden Tag, every day, manchmal, sometimes, gestern, yesterday, am Wochenende, at the weekend. Okay, so all of the time phrases that we've done that go with the different tenses. So remember the time phrases for the present tense, etc., and also with the past tense. So a range of vocabulary. So I want you to write these down in your book, please. Keep up with me while I'm speaking. So descriptions so far since the start since September, we've done descriptions, family, where we live, we've done sports, we've done free time, we've done music, we've done social media. Adjectives. So you need to make sure you're including a range of adjectives. So if you're describing your family, mein Bruder ist interessant, meine Schwester ist langweilig, where you live, Farnham ist interessant, Farnham ist langweilig. If you're describing yourself, also ich bin intelligent, ich bin kreativ, ich bin lustig, etc. So whatever you're doing, remember to include your adjectives. Okay. Connectives. So far we've looked at 3 connectives, und, aber und auch, so and, but, and also. And then we've looked at then, which is because, or as it's interesting. Ich spiele gern Tennis, denn es ist interessant. So I like playing tennis as it's interesting. Okay, and tenses. So I want you to be including 3 tenses. So our present tense, ich spiele Tennis, I play tennis. Our perfect tense, ich habe Tennis gespielt, I played tennis, or I have played tennis. And then our conditional tense, ich möchte Tennis spielen, I would like to play tennis. Opinions. Okay, so every single piece of writing, I want you to include loads of opinions. So ich liebe, I love, ich mag, I like, ich mag nicht, I don't like, es gefällt mir, I like it, or es gefällt mir, I like it, es gefällt mir gar nicht, I don't like it. Ich spiele gern, I like to play, ich spiele lieber, I prefer to play, am liebsten spiele ich, Most of all, I like to play. And notice the word order, please, the reverse word order. When we have am liebsten, then we have our verb next and then our pronoun. And intensifiers, ich finde Tennis etwas oder ein bisschen langweilig. Es ist sehr langweilig. Es ist etwas interessant. Es gefällt mir gar nicht. Okay? And our reasons, denn es ist langweilig. Denn ich finde es interessant. Denn es macht Spaß. Okay? As I like, as it's fun. Okay, bitte pause the video while you write those down in your book, please. Really super duper important that you know exactly what is expected of you in your writing, okay? These are the success criteria, is your tractor, okay? So schreib das auf, bitte write that down in your book or your paper. Okay, wir werden jetzt unser irregular verb fahren üben. So we're going to practice our strong verb fahren, to drive. So remember, literally, it means to drive, but in German, we use fahren for lots of different things, okay? So what you need to do is complete the sentences with the correct form of fahren and also translate your sentences, okay? Ganz gut. Ihr habt 3 Minuten, 3 Minuten. Just take 3 minutes for this, no longer. Pause the video while you do this task. Okay, wir werden jetzt korrigieren. So, meine Schwester fährt snowboard. So, what that translates as my sister does snowboarding. Ich fahre Ski. So, I do skiing. Meine Eltern fahren Rad. So, my parents go bike riding. Fährst du Ski? Do you do skiing? Wir fahren Skateboard. We do skateboarding. Fahrt ihr Skateboard? Do you, plural, do skateboarding? Okay, so if you have anything incorrect there, I want you to write down your target. So your target, what is your target? I need to what? I need to revise my verb fahren. Okay, remember this is a really important, a strong verb in German. It's irregular. Strong means irregular. So please schreib das auf. Anything that you didn't write down, pause the video while you catch up with either the translation or the verb form. Okay? Okay, wir gehen noch weiter. Jetzt werden wir fahren und sehen zusammen üben. So now we're going to practice fahren and sehen. And the task here is to match the beginning and the end of the sentences. So ihr habt hier 6 Sätze. So you've got 6 sentences here. And these are the start of the sentences. And then you've got the end of the sentences, the letters here. Now, I don't just want you to do 1A or 2B. I want you to write the sentence down fully in your book, okay? How are you going to do this? Let's think a little bit about the strategy. So when I'm doing this task, this is a really tricky task, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read them all, first of all, read through them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the one I know. Start with the one you know. Get your confidence up because there's going to be levels of difficulty in this task. So I'm going to start with the ones that I know. Okay, so zum Beispiel, let's do a little example. So for me, the easiest one is this one here, siehst, okay? Because it's got the verb there, and I know what's missing here is the pronoun. And I know already that siehst is the second person. So I know also then if it starts with siehst and the pronoun is next, then it's going to be a question. So I can skim scan here and I can see, oh, look, I found a question here. And also I found a pronoun. I found the pronoun do. So I've already, oh, what's happened? Keine Ahnung. So I know the answer to number 4 is, siehst du gern Disney-Filme? Do you like watching Disney films? Okay, so I want you to use that strategy throughout the rest of them and pause the video while you're doing this task. Okay, wir gehen noch weiter. Let's work through this again a little bit better. Now, I'm going to put up the answers, so let's see. So, ich sehe goes with B. Ich sehr gern fern. So that's an opinion. That would have been a really tricky one, okay? Nummer zwei, meine Mutter. So this is actually an easy, straightforward one because meine Mutter is the third person. So I know that's the subject of the sentence. So I know that I'm looking for a verb in the third person, okay? So meine Mutter sieht nicht gern fern. Okay, so that's the third person. So my mom doesn't like watching TV. Okay, Nummer drei. Meine Geschwister. So I know, again, this is a straightforward one because I've got the subject which is my brothers and sisters. So my brothers and sisters, I know that that's plural. And I know that it's the third person plural because it has to be they. So I'm looking for the verb, a verb in the third person plural, okay? So meine Geschwister fahren Snowboard, okay? So my brothers and sisters do snowboarding, okay? Ganz gut. Vier. Oh, we did vier at the beginning because that was the easy one. So siehst du gern Disney-Filme? Do you like watching Disney-Filme? And then wir fahren. So this one is tricky, okay? This is the one that I think is probably the trickiest here because it could be anything here. So it's a noun. So wir fahren Rad is that we go bike riding, okay? And then secht ihr. So secht is ihr fahrt sehr gut Ski. Now this would have been a tricky one if we weren't sure of our verb fahren. So it means you go bike riding. Ihr fahrt sehr gut. Ihr fahrt sehr gut. She is that you are really good at skiing. Totally different to what I just said. So you're really good at skiing. Okay, bitte schreib dein Target auf. Bitte, so write down your target. What is it that you need to do? Is it that you need to revise sehen, anfahren? Okay, pause bitte while you write that down in your book. Danke. Okay, so wir werden jetzt verb second rule machen. So let's revise the verb second rule. What is the verb second rule? Can you remember? Just to even say it out loud here. What is the verb second rule about? So yeah, the verb second rule is that the verb is always second in the sentence. So ich spiele Tennis, I play tennis. So spiele, the verb is second. Then what happens when we introduce a time phrase? So jeden Tag spiele ich Tennis. So every day I play tennis. In German, jeden Tag spiele. So the verb second rule is the verb still comes second, but then we have the pronoun after the verb. So literally, every day play I tennis. Okay, so that's what we're practicing in this. You've got 6 little sentences there, and I want you to put them in the correct order. And you need to start with the word in the bold, okay, with the time phrase in bold. This is a very tricky task, but I want you to do, give it a go, okay? Pause the recording while you're doing this task. Okay, wir werden jetzt antworten. So let's have a look at the answers. So, zum Beispiel, jeden Tag höre ich Musik. So every day I listen to music. Niemals mein Bruder. So my brother never paints. Oft gehen wir einkaufen. So we often go shopping. Ab und zu fahre ich Skateboard. So now and again I go skateboarding. Und manchmal surft Alex im Internet. So sometimes Alex surfs online. Täglich chatte ich mit Freunden. So every day I chat with my friends. Okay, how did you get on with that task? That, as I said, was a really tricky task. Please write down anything that you need to do. And I noticed my little target is missing. So will you please write down your target there? What is it that you need to do? Is it the time phrases? Is it word order? What is it that you need to revise? Maybe it's some of the vocabulary. Okay. Now, bitte, verb second rule, you've got some sentences that I want you to translate into German. Bitte, kannst du das machen? You can pause the video while you're doing this task. Okay, wir werden das jetzt beantworten. Let's look at some answers for that. So, am Dienstag mache ich Yoga, is on Tuesday I do yoga. Am Mittwoch gehe ich schwimmen, so on Wednesday I go swimming. Am Donnerstag höre ich Musik. On Thursday, I listen to music. Am Freitag spiele ich Videospiele. On Friday, I play video games. Am Samstag gehe ich einkaufen. On Saturday, I go shopping. Am Sonntag gehe ich ins Kino. On Sunday, I go to the cinema. Nie sehe ich fern. I never watch TV. Manchmal spiele ich Basketball. Okay, sometimes I play basketball. Okay, so bitte schreib dein Target auf. So write down your target. Is it the time phrases? Did you know the days of the week? Did you know the activities? Did you know the sport activities, the free time activities? What is it? Did you have the correct form of spielen, hören, machen und gehen? They were the 4 verbs. So please write your target down in your book. Pause while you do that task. Okay, so plenary task is opinions. Bitte, wie sportlich bist du? Beantworte die Fragen. So how sporty are you? Answer the question. So you've got, was spielst du gern? Ich spiele gern. Was spielst du nicht gern? Ich something nicht. Wie findest du Sport? Was ist dein Lieblingssport und warum gefällt dir das? Okay, so I look forward to seeing your answers from that, please. Okay, zum Enden, I'm going to just go over proofreading your writing. So we've talked about our tractor and the key things that you need to include in your writing. And let's have a look now at what you need to check once you've done your writing, okay? So check your pronouns, please. Have you written down your pronoun, the ich, du, er, sie, es, etc.? Check your spelling, okay? So especially EI and IE, so die Biene. Can you make sure that you haven't got those mixed up? Check your scharfes S, check your umlauts. Verb second rule, okay, we've just gone through that today. So remember the verb is always second. Zum Beispiel, ich mache. Check your word order with time phrases. So remember then that the pronoun and the verb are inverted, but the verb is still second. So zum Beispiel, jeden Tag mache ich. So every day I do whatever, or jeden Tag spiele ich. Check your word order with the perfect tense. So ich habe Tennis gespielt. Remember that the past participle is always at the end of the verb of the sentence. So I played tennis. Gespielt is at the very end. So check your word order with your check your word order with your time phrase and the perfect tense. Okay. So gestern habe ich Tennis gespielt. So yesterday. This is a tricky sentence because you have yesterday I played. So remember the verb is always second, the pronoun afterwards. And then gespielt is at the very end. Our past participle is at the end. Haben plus Akkusativ. Ich habe einen Bruder. So that remember that's for masculine nouns. I have a brother. Ich habe eine Schwester. There's something missing there. Let me just write it in now. So ich habe eine Schwester. Okay, so I have a sister. That's feminine, so that doesn't change. Connectives. Oh Mensch, das habe ich nur. Und, aber, oder we've said, and then we've also said denn, as. Okay, wir werden das jetzt korrigieren. So maybe I'm just going to do this now, make this a little bit smaller. So I can push it up and push this up here. Okay, so you just keep writing, guys. Okay, so make sure you've got your connectives in there, your tenses. So please make sure that you've got your tenses correct. Make sure you've got your, in fact, here, I'm going to say your 3 tenses and also your strong and weak verbs. Okay, so make sure that you've got your, any of the irregular verbs that we've done, spielen, fahren, that you've got those correct and that you also have your 3 tenses. Okay, opinions, ich finde es interessant. We've gone through opinions. And then make sure that you always include gern, lieber, and lieb. Oh, Entschuldigung. That you include gern, lieber, am liebsten. and then negatives. Ich spiele nicht. Ich spiele nicht Tennis. Ich mag nicht. Es gefällt mir gar nicht. Okay? So, viel Glück am Donnerstag. Good luck on Thursday, everybody. And wir sehen uns dann. We will see you then. Okay. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen.